We are currently at Canyonlands National Park. This is the view from the visitor center. They literally compare it to the Grand Canyon, but we also have some mountains in the background, which is beautiful. Easton, say hi. Oh, he's too busy. He's got things to do. Today we will be hiking Mesa Arch, which is typically the best to do at sunrise, but we have a 2-year-old and waking him up before sunrise is not the best idea, or else we will have a very long day. But come along, we're going to film the journey and show you what this beautiful place has in store. If you haven't already, follow us on YouTube, follow us on TikTok, and follow us on Facebook. Can you show Mommy how you say Canyonlands? Good. Can you say Moab? Good. And say Utah. Good. Last one, can you say Mesa Arch? Good. All right, we just parked our car for the Mesa Arch hike. This stop also has trash can, a little information about the hike before you go, a boot cleaning station, which I love this, and this stop also has a restroom, which is awesome. One of the items we got on our baby registry before Easton was even born was this hiking carrier, because we knew we wanted to carry him, and he's been in this since he was about 4 months old. I think you have to be 12 pounds to be in it, and he's getting so big now. Easton, look at Mama. Whoa. I know you want to get down. You can get down once we get there, buddy. But there are so many features on this backpack. This cubby right here can fit so many things. I've put my big thermal water bottle in there. We put diapers and wipes in there, things like that. He's got little stirrups for his feet to go in, so it just helps make him a little bit more comfortable. And you can adjust just about everything on there. It even comes with like this little cover for when it's really hot and sunny out. So the nice part about this Mesa Arch hike, it is rated easy, and it is just about 3/4 of a mile. I know we're out of breath, but that's partially because of the elevation difference. We just moved here yesterday, so still adjusting to that, but it's a very flat, like paved trail, so it's definitely pretty easy as far as that goes. So if you're interested in doing just a short hike, this would be a perfect one for you. So this is what the trail looks like. So it's not really like paved as in concrete, but it's just dirt with a little bit of rocks. Super flat so far, and so far so good. See, now this is cracking me up so far because this looks nothing like the pictures. As far as like the pictures is a very different setting, so I have a feeling we're literally just gonna like turn a corner and see these like beautiful views. But right now, here's what we're looking at some trees, some hills, and things like that, where the pictures I've seen are very red still. So I'm curious to see what it looks like once we get up here. What do you see, baby? Cool. Now there's 3 things I always bring with me when I hike. Number 1 is water. Even these short hikes, you never know how winded you're gonna get, so I always make sure to bring water. I have a backpack with a bladder in it, so I can have my hands free during the hike as well. Number 2 is snacks. I don't know about you, but I go from being not hungry to starving very quickly, so I like to just have quick snacks on hand. And the 3rd one is headlamps. Even on the easiest, simplest hikes, you can get lost or you can run out of sunlight. So just having the headlamps just in case is really helpful, and you hope you never need them on accident, but you're gonna be really grateful you have them if you do. All right, now we're starting to see some of this red. Let me show you what we're looking at now. This is more of that canyon look that we see. Look at these massive red rocks down here. We still have some trees, but now we're starting to see that red canyon, so we're getting there. So it's always really important, I just talked about getting lost on a trail, to pay very close attention. For example, on this trail, check out what we're looking at. So we have these rocks over here and these rocks over here, and they've sort of throughout the entire hike been guiding us to the direction that we're supposed to go. There's also obviously maps at the trailheads and things like that that are really important to look at too, but just make sure you're being observant so you don't accidentally walk off the trail, or if you're trying to walk off the trail intentionally to go look at something, it'll help you get back on track. If there's anything I love more than this red rock, it's cacti, and I just found some. Look at this. Look at how cute and tiny they are. Cacti take forever to grow, so just to think about how long these have been here, even just to get to this size, is really cool. All right, so we're getting close. I see Mesa Arch in the distance, but it is starting to get a little bit rougher as far as the hike goes, as far as like it's not so flat. So check out our new surroundings that we have. All right, so the terrain now is kind of just slanted. Still pretty easy. It's downhill right now, which is nice, but just be sure to be aware of this part, that it does go away from that like nice paved flat trail we were just talking about, and it does get just a little bit rougher. So that right here is Mesa Arch. That's what we're hiking to, and I cannot wait to see this view. We're almost there. As you're getting closer, you also have these rock piles, which is funny because you see these on a lot of trails, but these look like literally just like bricks that are stacked on top of each other or something, where usually they're like rocks of different sizes and a little bit prettier, but it's nice to know that we still have trail markers here to help guide our way. We're approaching, check it out. So this is Mesa Arch. It's crazy because look at this as you keep walking forward. It just drops off all of a sudden. Look at this view. This is amazing. So this trail is very popular at sunrise because east is over there. So you get a gorgeous view of the sun popping over the mountains, over the canyon, and underneath the arch. All right, so it says not to climb up on top of the arch, so we're gonna climb next to it and see what's over here. All right, so this is definitely not part of the trail, but we like exploring off trail as long as we're doing it safely, and we have plenty of area to walk over here. All right, you ready for this view? You want to get down? Yeah. Wow. Just stunning. Until next time, Mesa Arch. All right, so this is a loop trail. So we are leaving the gorgeous Mesa Arch and we're going to take you along on the second half of our journey. So far, just some light rocks. Getting back to the dirt a little bit. Now, the cool thing to keep in mind is we are here in the first week of December. As you can see, there's a little bit of snow on the ground, but the weather right now is literally 40 something, and I have like a base layer on as a jacket, and I feel really comfortable. We don't need a ton of layers right now, and it's like cold, so like that cold air feels good, but not to the point where it's like miserable to be outside or anything. Southern Utah does get very, very hot in the summer, and since there's not as many trees, or you see trees, but they're not like big ones, it's really hard to find shade. So even though this is considered the off season for Southern Utah and all the national parks down here, I'm really happy that we chose to come here now. Oh, what's Daddy doing picking up the snow? You gonna eat it?
Kind of like, oh, it's not as fluffy, it's more crystally.
Huh.
Kind of weird. Yeah, it's more...
You want some snow, buddy? Yeah? Let's see. You want a bite? Yeah, we teach you back in Missouri that you can eat snow, huh? Here you go. Oh, yummy. What do you think? Another nice part about being here in December during the off season is I think we've seen 3 other people on this trail this entire time. So it's really nice and way more relaxing just to have it to ourselves instead of fighting all of these crazy crowds. And just after about 10 minutes, we're back to this really simple trail where it's back to being flat and smooth and easy to walk on. So you really only have maybe a third of the trail that's not just flat. So if you're not familiar, Utah has 5 national parks and they are all on the same highway. So we are over here on the east side of the state near Moab. And over here we have Canyonlands, which is where we're at, and Arches National Park. They're both really close to Moab. We're going to Arches tomorrow. And on the west side of the state, you have Zion and Bryce Canyon. And Zion is one of my all-time favorite. If you've heard of the hikes Angel's Landing or the Narrows, you'll find those at Zion. Bryce Canyon has some incredible hikes too. They're known for the hoodoos. So hoodoos are like these really tall, skinny rocks. Like they're literally hundreds of feet tall. I don't understand how they work, but that's what Bryce is known for. And then the one that's smack in the middle, which is the only one I've never been to, is called Capitol Reef. And I'm not honestly too familiar with it, but it's definitely a little bit harder to get to because you have Moab over here, Springdale over there, and then you kind of just have Capitol Reef in the middle. So I'm hoping while we're living out in Arizona for 3 months, I can knock that one off because it's driving me crazy because a lot of people will just go on the same highway and knock out all 5 at the same time. I just have happened to be on the west side a couple of times and east side a couple of times. I've just never been in the middle. But if you are interested in seeing a lot of parks like this, check out the Mighty 5 in Utah and you will not be disappointed. And it looks like we have our final descent back down to the car. The boys are taking another snow break. Here's another lookout point. Just stunning. I love Utah. It's so beautiful. I wouldn't think that eating snow in December while we're hiking in Utah would be good, but this is keeping us so hydrated. We're having a great time with this. Here's another huge area of cacti. Look at how many there are. We are on our final descent. Our car is right over there. And we did it. Easton, say we did it. Good. Follow Raising Roamers on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, as we are living in a camper with our toddler and trying to travel the country, spend more time together, work a little bit less, live off of less, and just see what this beautiful country has to offer. Follow for more.